Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of the Don't Tell Anyone podcast. Me and my DTA fam, welcome back. Hope you guys have been having a good week. It is still technically my birthday week when I'm filming this, but it is post-birthday and I'm just so happy. My birthday was so nice. I realized I really do like streaming on my birthday or doing some sort of content where I feel like I can interact with you guys because frankly, you guys and my work are such a big part of my life that it just feels like it makes sense to include it as a part of my birthday too. But then in the evening, I had dinner with just my closest girlfriends. It made me so incredibly happy. Yeah, I am still just like brimming with joy. If you didn't see my IG stories, basically for my birthday, like I love gift giving. Like, I don't know why. I just love spending my money on other people. But I don't really give a fuck about getting anything. Like, I kind of buy enough shit. I don't need anything. So literally my gift to myself was to spend a ton of money on my friends. So I bought out one of my favorite restaurants and had a dinner for 8 with 7 of my other girlfriends. And I bought them each a designer luxury bag that matches like their aesthetic and personality. And the amount of joy that it gave me to see them open it and just, I don't know, every single one of them was just so happy and grateful. And like, I think they especially loved how clearly thoughtful it was that I picked out each one for them specifically. I think that made my whole year. So that was my birthday. I feel very happy and grateful for all the people in my life. You know, seeing every single person that messaged me on my birthday really reminded me like, wow, I really like, I don't know, I applauded myself for the amount of effort that I put into building out certain relationships and friendships and connections with people. And I just want you to know, if you don't particularly feel that way about your life now, just know you absolutely can in the future. Like, I think there were so many years in the past where I felt like, oh, I didn't really have my circle to do very like birthday stuff-ish with, or have a lot of friends outside of work. And I genuinely spent so much time building those relationships that are not related to work, that are just like me and someone else and what we have in common. And I feel like you see those things come back around on your birthday when people, you know, care enough to reach out or leave you a message or what have you. Anyways, yes, so I'm very happy and thank you to anyone who wished me happy birthday. For today's episode, honestly, I'm kind of bumming it today. It'd just be one of those days. And kind of in honor of bumming it, I just want to rant, okay? I want to talk about all the things that I hate about social media. But before we do that, of course, we need to preface like, I fucking love social media, duh. It gave me a job, a career, a roof over my head. Like, there are so many incredible things about social media. It gave me so many of the friendships that I have in my life right now. So please don't misunderstand. But of course, with anything that is as great and in a way as powerful and as prominent as social media, of course, there are bound to be downsides. So let's talk about those. Let's vent. Of course, this is just for shits and gigs. None of this is that big of a deal. So let's get into it. Number one, the first thing I jotted down about things that have just been irking me about social media is when I start to see everybody become a clone of someone else. Like, of course, when it comes to content creation, we are bound to take inspiration from others, but sometimes it feels like as soon as people see that a certain format or a certain type of content works, boom, they start doing every single thing that other person does. I find this is extremely prevalent in short form content. A lot of the really popular short form creators, I mean, can you imagine trying to come up with an original idea every single day? They post like every single day. Of course, it's really hard. So a lot of them kind of opt to recreate other people's videos, whether it's a similar concept or honestly kind of like cut and paste or like copy paste videos. Same kind of reaction, same kind of caption, same kind of text, same kind of idea. It's something that they've already seen, but they're just recreating it without really changing anything. Not my place to judge, not my place to call anyone else out. I don't even care in that way. My point is just sometimes it sends me for a loop mentally. Have you ever seen some creators online and you're like, wait, I thought that this guy was actually that guy. That girl was actually that person. And I mean, to be fair, maybe some people feel that way about me. I don't even know. I kind of hope not. I feel like not, right? Who the hell knows? My point is just it's become so common because there is such an insane saturation of content. It's really hard to stand out. And most importantly, the algorithm doesn't really reward you for doing something different. They want you to be doing the same shit as everybody else and the same shit every damn day. And that's something that pisses me off. But it is what it is. Am I right? Number 2 thing that I hate about social media, coming up with captions. I'm tired of doing it. I've been posting for over a decade. There's nothing left in here. I don't know what to write. I started just writing, hello, hi, what's up? And even that I've used like 20 times. Can we just start being honest, like brutally fucking honest in our captions? Like I'm just gonna start captioning stuff. I posted this because my ass looks good. I posted this because I miss my ex and I want him to see how good I'm doing. Like, let's just be so for real. When you post like a freaking thirst trap and then the caption is like, my favorite TV show is The Office. It's like so unrelated. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing anymore? Anyways, yeah, making captions. One time, I even tried to get ChatGPT to make a caption for me because I couldn't think of anything. They weren't really cooking, I'll tell you that much. But yeah. I think I'm going to try to find some alternates. Like, oh, you guys know, I started opting for just emojis. What do I even have to say about the photo? Half the time, I'm only posting a photo because frankly, it's kind of a part of my job. You know, like I kind of got to upkeep. I don't really got much to say. I say so much already. Listen to my podcast. I'm saying for 30 minutes. If you guys have any ideas for me, please let me know. Like any caption ideas. Maybe I'll start asking you. Maybe that could be a new job. Does anyone want a job? I would so hire someone to just make my captions. Yep. Yep. All right, number 3. This one is just random as hell. But if you get it, you're really gonna get it, okay? One thing that, when I see this, it makes me want to punch my screen. It makes me want to violently shake my phone, yeet it at the wall. And I know that sounds a little kooky beans. Hear me out. I freaking hate when I watch an IG reel and I know that someone initially filmed and posted it on TikTok, and for some reason, when it's posted on IG, the syncing is like a third of a second off. It's just slightly off. Like the audio and the visual are just slightly off. Either that or when someone is posting something and they're lip syncing and it's like they're not even trying. Hello? Do you not even care about me as a as a viewer? Try harder, bitch. Refilm it. Refilm it. I'm angry watching you lip sync half a second late. Arrête. That means stop in French. Arrête, stop it. Redo it. Wrong. Bad. Not good enough. Do it again. You're out. It cheeses me. It really, like too much. Like, why do I care? But I'm just being honest. I told you guys I'm in a mood today. I mean, I'm kind of in a good mood for my birthday, but like, I'm just feeling bummy. I'm like, I just want to talk shit, and talk shit I will. Okay? Okay, next up. Okay, sometimes when I'm writing like an outline for an episode, I start just Googling stuff. I'm like, what are the people saying, right? So I was looking up, what do people typically hate about social media? And oddly enough, there aren't a lot of things out there, but I found this random Quora question and answers thing. And I read one of the comments and it just had me hollering. So I'm just going to read it out to you guys, okay? So the question is, what is something you truly hate either online or I think this might have been specific from Reddit. I don't know. This person types, I hate how people talk to you in a way that would normally make you beat their ass in real life. And then when you retaliate to their shitty attitude, you're the one who gets banned by Reddit. So in the end, you want to kick everybody's ass in the community and you really want to give it worse to the Reddit community. If you could just take your fist and shove it all the way down their throat and grab whatever fleshy inner piece of anatomy, I don't know, their beating heart and pull it out. Yeah, so that was the comment. No, kind of had me giggling. Listen, in the first half, they were kind of cooking. Like, I also hate when people have the fucking gall, the audacity, literally the gall bladder, to say some shit to me that I know in person they would fucking never. Little keyboard warrior head ass. You're probably 2 foot nothing, and I could punch you halfway across my goddamn apartment right now. Damn, chill. But anyways, in the second half, they went a little cookie beans. But it is what it is. You get the point. I also hate when people are like that. Next up. This one, some of you guys might not agree with, okay? You really might not agree with me, but we'll see. I personally hate it. I hate it when people comment on other people's bodies. Like in ways that nobody fucking asked for. Because let's be honest, you don't care if some random person in America is overweight, or if you don't like the size of their head, or the shape of their butt, or whatever the hell. Who asked you? What does it matter? And most importantly, like, I just feel like it's such loser behavior to spend your own time in your own day commenting about how someone else looks. Like, do you have nothing better to do? Mind you, of course I'm speaking negatively. Like, I'm being negative, but also I mean in a context where someone is saying something negative about someone else. And it's also like, what's it to you? If you think I'm so ugly, pay for my plastic surgery then. Oh, you think I'm overweight? Okay, pay for me to get a personal trainer. Pay for my nutrition plan. Like, what's it to you? What's it to you? And people always think like, oh, haha, I got to them. So I win here. Meh, 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 meh. You need to realize everybody's looking at you side eye. Side eye. No, but really, if you're one of those people, just think the person that you admire the most in the world. I don't know, Beyonce. Do you think Beyonce's sitting at home commenting on people's shit? No, bro. She's got better things to do with her time. Yo, imagine that was like Beyonce's guilty pleasure, just like shit talking random people online on like a burner account. That would be insane. That would be insane. Anyways, I'm pretty sure she's not, so just don't do it either. If you want your life to look anything like Beyonce's, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. And also, like, you're going to see so many bodies in your life. And no, you're not going to like every single one. And so what? If you spent time commenting on every single one, that's a waste of your time, a waste of their time. Who are you to be the arbiter of what people should or shouldn't look like? Shut your ass up. Stupid. Okay, this next one. I actually think this one will be popular amongst the audience, aka you guys. I think a lot of you guys will agree. I hate irresponsible or unsupervised kids content. Yeah. What I mean by that, it's not like kids should never be online or like you can't ever post photos or videos with your children or whatnot. But there's a specific subsection of kids content, and I don't mean like a kid's YouTube videos for kids. I mean like IG Reels, TikToks, YouTube videos where kids are in them, but the audience isn't necessarily kids. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Google documents, PDF files, you know. I saw a whole YouTube video kind of doing a deep dive on this stuff where you can see these like TikTok pages that are ran, quote unquote, ran by parents. I put a quote unquote around that because it's like, are you really a parent if you're being so goddamn irresponsible? But the entire TikTok page is for like a young child or a baby or whatever. And sometimes you'll even see that the parent is clickbaiting their child in inappropriate ways. Whether that's like involving nether regions, or if the kid is eating something and like the item is inappropriately shaped or what have you. I know some of y'all are sitting at home like, huh? But I promise you, this stuff is more common than you think. And I mean, that's kind of like a real extreme case. And you'll see on these TikToks, the video will have like 100,000 saves. Who is saving a video of like a 4-year-old eating a hot dog? What are you saving that for exactly? Huh? Actually, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. And is some of the audience that's watching it like innocent? Is some of it normal? Blah, blah, blah. Of course. But there's still a section of it that is not. And I feel like parents need to be acutely aware of that and not even risk it when it comes to that stuff. Alternatively, if it's not inappropriate, there are certain people or parents who have pages for their kids, and you can just tell they are going like full momager mode, and their priority is clout, viewers, audience, and it is not the mental well-being of their child or their child's future. Oh man. For example, there's a page on Instagram where a girl like tries different foods. Like she's really, really young. And you can tell she probably enjoys like filming herself doing this and posting it online. And the videos have like millions of views, millions and millions and millions. She has an eating condition, mind you. So the parent who made the page is like, oh, this is to bring awareness to the eating condition. But some of the comments are freaking kooky beans. Like just mean, weird. I don't know if the child can or can't read the comments, but at the end of the day, it's like, why? This is all so unnecessary. Your kid just doesn't need an Instagram page where millions of people are watching them eat food and half or more of the comments are shitty. On top of that, you need to understand you're posting this now. The child is like, what, 6, 7, 8? I don't even know. They're very young. And you're probably thinking, oh, the kid is okay with this. They want to do this. Sure. What about in 10 years from now when they're 16, 17, or 18? And they look back at those videos and they're like, oh my God, people were saying this about me. Oh my God, people in school know me from this thing that I can't erase. They cannot make that decision for themselves. So you need to make sure that anything you post with your child or with someone young in it is essentially like so tame or innocent that there is like a basically 0% chance that they might grow up to regret it, or that it might impact them in the future or impact their mental in any way whatsoever. And also like a 0% chance that any viewer can interpret what's going on inappropriately. And like, please don't pander to fucking weirdos online via your children. I don't give a fuck how many dollars you make from TikTok views. I know it's not even that crazy. So what are you doing? You're selling your kids' mental well-being for a few $100. Dislike. Anyways, I went a little bit cookie beans there, but I freaking love saying cookie beans. But you guys get what I mean? It's so not okay. And people don't talk about it enough at all. Also because frankly, most people don't really consume like kids' content. And we only really find out about this stuff when people do like exposés about it. Otherwise, you guys know how algorithms work. These kinds of videos are going to be served up to the people who look for those kinds of videos. Yeah. Next up, I hate AI photos. I'm so sick of this shit. I can't trust anything anymore. Did you guys know I have seen photos on Twitter go viral of me that are not actually me? Like they are AI photos of me that are just like a little bit sexier with like 70K likes, millions of impressions. And Elon's like, cool. It's so weird. And people don't caption it like, oh, this is an AI photo. They'll just caption it whatever the fuck they want. Whatever the fuck will get them likes. It's... the law is just not catching up quick enough to how quick technology advances. And it hurts people in the end. Women very, very frequently. Oh, I saw this really sad video where this girl was talking about how she had posted a video where she spoke about a personal problem that she was having with her husband. And some random company online took this really sentimental video where she cried and all this stuff, and then AI deep faked it into an advertisement about erectile dysfunction pills. Like what? Literally in the video, let's say she's saying like, oh yeah, like we were gonna go through a divorce and it was really hard to get through, blah, blah. And then in the deep fake commercial, she's basically saying like, yeah, we had this terrible problem and like Jake didn't know how to make it through, but then we found this company for penis pills, girl. What? It's just crazy. But then she had to post this video being like, guys, my video is being used in ways that I didn't consent to, blah, blah, blah. It pisses me off so much. And it's one thing for someone like me who puts myself out there, who's a little bit more desensitized to it. I've had girls in my chat come to me and say like, hey, like this guy in my classroom, my like 10th grade classroom made a deep fake photo of me or an AI photo of me. Like, give me his address. Not for me to go to. I will send cops. Who deals with that shit? I don't fucking know. But yeah, that kind of stuff just... And we're out here trying to ban TikTok. Can we address more pressing matters, please? Not even that AI photos would be the most pressing matter, but if you're going to try to do something to really help people, time and time again, we see the government does not give a fuck about us. It's depressing. Anyways, moving on. Actually, this one is kind of in relation. Something I hate about social media, D-pics. I don't even like to say the full word. You know, photos of a man's, and of course, always unsolicited, of course. Because like, let's be so for real. Do men even want to look at their own dingies? Probably not. What makes you think I want to look at your dinghy? Why are you sending it to me? Ew. And why is nobody ever held accountable for this shit, huh? That's right. I think guys who send unsolicited dingus pictures should be in overnight jail. Is that a thing? I said it like overnight oats. Yeah, we should stick them all in a fridge overnight. So they don't freeze to death, but they're really uncomfortable the whole night. And then they wake up in the morning all pruny and shit. And like, is that so terrible of me to say? I think some people might think that's terrible. I might have to cut this out. But like, if that's wrong, I don't want to be right. If thinking these guys should be in overnight oat jail is wrong, I don't want to be right. Lock me up, sir. Just don't put me in a jail cell beside the guy who fucking sent me a D-pic. I'm so over it. But on that note, I will say I'm so appreciative of platforms that have added functionalities to counteract this kind of stuff. Like now I think on IG, if a random person sends you a photo, it's like immediately blurred and then you have to tap it to unblur it. That's really nice. That's really nice because they know that it's such a goddamn problem. Anyways, the next thing that irks me about social media, how addictive it is. Goddamn. And there's no regulations for it either. Like, algorithms on social media have just been perfected to make us want to scroll endlessly. And goddamn, does it feel good. And it makes us feel like we're progressing in some way when we're not. We're not. But still, it feels so good. But really, I do feel like it would be nice if there was a bit more regulations, especially for people who are underage or people whose prefrontal cortexes are not fully developed. Like I know in other countries, for example, I went and I gamed in South Korea. In South Korea, when you play a game, every hour that you spend on the game, you'll get this little pop-up and it'll say, you have been gaming for 1 hour or 2 or 3. Please make sure to walk around, make sure to take a break, blah, blah, blah. And I think there might even be some countries where for kids, like your time spent online is timed, so it doesn't become like egregious. So yeah, I hate and love how addictive it is. Goddamn. Next thing that is a tough pill to swallow about social media, or quite the big downside, body dysmorphia. God damn, does social media give you a bad case of body dysmorphia? Because everybody's posed, everybody's like, honestly, half the people are edited or the angles are a certain way. And don't get me wrong, I use all those things too. I mean, I don't be like editing my body and stuff, but yeah, posing and angles and blah, blah, blah. And it's okay to do that. And it feels nice to take like a really good looking photo. But if that's all you see, you expect human bodies to look like that all of the time. Then again, you go outside and you're like, wait a second, this is what human beings actually look like. Not like the post to perfection shit that I see on Instagram or TikTok all the time. And one of the things that I try to do to counteract this is I try to be really mindful about who I follow online and why I follow them. Like, I think it's so easy to follow people just because like they're beautiful or they're fit and it's so admirable and blah, blah, blah. But in reality, like, is that a really good reason to idolize someone? Maybe because their genetics are good or because they got plastic surgery or because, I don't know, they're just really, really fit. Is that a worthwhile reason to just like goo goo gaga over them all the time? For me personally, I realize like it's not. Maybe if they're like really interesting and their personality matches the admiration that I have for other aspects of their life. But I'm so over just following people for how they look. So I've just stopped doing that. And then another thing I really like to do is I love those accounts that showcase like, oh, this is what I look like when I'm posing and this is what I look like when I'm not posing. This is what I look like normally when I'm just sat. And it really helps me judge myself less if I see myself from an unflattering angle or something of the like. And it helps me realize like, no matter how fit someone gets, you can always have unflattering angles. Like that's just part of being a bag of flesh. You know? Another thing that I don't love, people who hate on things that they are clearly not the target demographic for. I feel like this happens a lot on IG Reels and sometimes on TikTok. Just like the algorithm will send your video to a pocket of people that hate it. And I think it's because it makes those people engage with the content, but then they're all just talking shit about something that, like, girl, it's not for you. It's not for you. It's like if someone who, I don't know, just loves metal music is just raging underneath Taylor Swift music videos. Like, the music is not for you. What are you so angry about? Why are you here? Let the people enjoy what they want to enjoy. What are you? What is your purpose? And sometimes in life or online, you need to realize when you're just not the target demo and you need to look away. Like, it's not for me. It's not for me. And it is not my battle to fight, essentially. Like, it's not my job to comment on things that I don't like. It's gonna exist whether I like it or not. And that's just a good little life lesson, you know what I'm saying? And then, last but certainly not least, one of the things that has really, really scared me about social media is just realizing how things are becoming faker and faker. And I'm not talking about the League of Legends pro. I mean, like, from fake followers to fake outrage to fake replies. Have you guys noticed on Twitter, especially those like pop base or any tweet about a celebrity or something like that? I will notice that there are botted replies. And when I say botted replies, I don't mean someone replying and being like, come check out my OnlyFans. I mean fake replies like, you read the sentence and you're like, wow, this was not a human being. It's not even like a language barrier kind of thing. Like the sentence sounds NPC. And when you look into these pages, you realize, oh, I don't think this is a real person. This is like a language learning model or whatever they call it. It's like a robot trying to garner more information. And they'll reply under, let's say, a tweet about Beyonce. On the back, wow, this was likely such an admirable thing to do. And Beyonce is always so incredible. And just the way this sentence is strung together, you're like, this shit makes no fucking sense. And no, actually, when you look into it, that's not a real person. It's like a fake account. And on IG, I mean, yeah, fake followers are a thing and blah, blah, blah. I have actually come to find out that some people have basically built careers off of faking their followers. And I never thought that was really popular, but it has happened and helped many, many, many people. Please don't do that. Because I think for most people, it's not going to work, but it's crazy that it has worked for some people. Kooky. And I mean, even things like fake clothes or designer or fake relationships, fake content. They're like, you can't trust really anything anymore. So please take everything with a grain of salt and realize that everything on your phone, it's just meant to be a piece of entertainment. That's it. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. All right. That's all for me today. I know it was a little bit ranty. I hope you don't mind. But I enjoy just having a day or something or just venting. And you should allow yourself to do the same. You can't be happy all the time. I'm not even not happy. Sometimes I just like to talk some shit, get it out my system. But regardless of all the things that I might not love about social media, there are infinitely more things that I adore. And I'm so grateful for it being a thing, for myself being able to have a career on social media. It's brought me so much joy. It's been so fun. And at the end of the day, we should view it as a tool that we use, not something that uses or controls us. That's the best piece of advice that I can give in regards to it. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.